Hi to all fellow researchers and also participants for this CLISIC 2026. My name is Dr. Saliha Idris. I'm from University Science Islam Malaysia, and today I will present our study titled Psychometric Evaluations of the Help-Seeking Behavior on Hallucination Scale, or HSBH, a pilot study. This research also was conducted by Dr. Marini Abdul Razak from UniRazak, Madam Zakira Hatta from University Mawib, and Siti Hajar Nurhan from KPJ University College. So, in many non-Western societies, including Malaysia, hallucinations are not always interpreted purely through biomedical perspective. Instead, they are often understood through spiritual, supernatural, or cultural frameworks. Because of these interpretations, individuals experience hallucination may first seek help from traditional healers, religious figures, or family members rather than mental health professions. So this cultural influence help seeking pattern can delay access to professional treatment and may complicate the early intervention. Therefore, understanding how cultural interpretation influence help seeking behavior is essential for improving mental health services. So we look into the measurement gap. A major challenge exists, of course, in this measurement. So most existing psychological instruments are developed in Western contexts, and they often fail to capture the cultural embedded meanings surrounding hallucination. Without culturally appropriate measurement tools, clinicians and researchers may struggle to understand why individual hesitates to seek professional help. This gap highlights the needs for instruments that integrate cultural belief, mental health literacy, and help-seeking behavior. So therefore, our study aims to develop a skill that better reflects the cultural realities of the Malay population. So, how we develop the HSBH skills? To address this gap, we developed the help-seeking behavior on hallucination scale, or we call as HSBH. The scale was designed specifically for the Malay socio-cultural context. It was partially adapted from general help-seeking questionnaire while incorporating culture, relevant source of support. So these include both formal support such as mental health professional, informal support such as family members, and also religious leaders. To ensure content validity, the instrument was reviewed by expert panel consisting of 2 clinical psychologists, 1 counseling psychologist, and 1 religious studies expert. After revision and preliminary screening, the pilot version consists of 3 core items. Okay, so this study used a cross-sectional pilot design. Data were collected using online questionnaires distributed through Google Forms, and all of them are total 61 Malay adults aged between 18 to 55 years participated in the study. To evaluate the psychometric properties of the scale, we applied Rush measurement theory using WinStep software. Unlike classical test theory, Rush analysis provides detailed diagnostic at the item level, allowing researchers to examine the reliability, dimensionality, rating scales, performance, and also the person item targeting. So in this pilot study, we conduct 5 Rush diagnostic analyses. Okay, we look into the reliability result. So the first diagnostic examine reliability and separation index. So the results show excellent item reliability of 0.98 indicate that the hierarchy of item difficulty is highly stable. However, person reliability was relatively low at 0.57. So the differences suggest that while the items themselves are statistically stable, the short length of the scale consists of only 3 items limit its ability to distinguish between respondent with different level of help seeking tendencies. So we look into the item fit results. The second diagnostic evaluate item fit statistic. Encouragingly, all 3 items demonstrate acceptable model fit with in-fit and out-fit mean square values within the recommended range of 0.6 to 1.4. This indicates that the items function consistently with the expectation of the Rush model. In other words, the scale items measure the intended construct of helping seeking behavior in a statistically sound manner. Okay, next slide, we look at the right map findings. We examine person item targeting using the right map. Okay, the person and also the item. The result revealed a shilling effect. Respondents showed a wide range of help-seeking tendencies, but the item difficulties were clustered within a narrow way range. So this means that many respondents demonstrated higher level of help-seeking endorsement than the scale could effectively measure. In other words, the scale currently lacks sufficiently difficult item to capture higher level of help-seeking behavior. Okay, so we look into the rating scale function. We also examine the function of the 5-point Likert scale. All response categories were used by participants. However, responses were heavily concentrated at the higher end of the scale. For example, at the category 4, accounted for 51% of response, and category 5 accounted for 32%. So there is a minor threshold disordering was observed between categories 3 and 4, suggesting that respondents may have difficulty distinguish between these adjunction levels of agreement. Next, we look into the unidimensionality. In the Rush model, the final diagnosis assess unidimensionality use a principal component analysis of residual. The result shows that 73.5% of the variance was explained by the Rush dimension, which exceeds the recommended thresholds of 40%. So this provides strong evidence that the scale measures a single dominant latent construct, namely help-seeking behavior related to hallucination. So although the first constant eigenvalue slightly exceed 2.0, this is likely due to minor wording or reverse coding effect rather than the presence of a secondary dimension. So strength of the scale. Overall, the pilot result indicates several strengths. First, the scale demonstrates strong cultural relevance, capturing the unique context of help seeking in the Malay population. Second, it shows excellent item reliability, confirming the stability of item hierarchy. And the third, the scale exhibit a good structural validity, supported by acceptable item fit and strong unidimensionality. Okay, however, several limitations should also be acknowledged. First, the shilling effect suggests that the scale does not yet capture the highest levels of help-seeking behavior. Secondly, the very short 3-item format makes the scale highly sensitive to inconsistent response. And finally, the pilot study used a small convenience sample which limit the generalizability of the finding. So for the future improvement, Future research will focus on improving the instrument in several ways. First, additional item will be developed to expand the measurement range and reduce the shielding effect. Second, the response categories may be refined to improve clarity between the adjacent Likert levels. And the third, we plan to explore multidimensional models that separate spiritual, moral, biomedical help seeking pathway. And conclusion, the HSBH scale shows promising preliminary psychometric properties as a culturally sensitive tool for assessing help-seeking behavior related to hallucination. With further refinement and larger validation studies, this scale may help bridge the gap between cultural belief and clinical mental health care, ultimately supporting earlier intervention and reduce stigma within the community, basically in the Malay tradition or culture. So that's all from us. Thank you for your attention.